Next we have the Battle of Stalingrad. We haven't talked much about what was happening with the Soviet Union, but that was another front where the Allied soldiers were fighting. Now Hitler especially hated the Soviet Union and Stalin because of communism and the many Jews that lived in the Soviet Union. So he ordered an attack on Stalingrad, and because it was also a major transport hub with important factories and steelworks, it seemed to him to be the perfect city to attack. Leading the German attack was General Friedrich von Paulus. He decided to use the Blitzkrieg technique to invade the city with tanks, infantry, and Luftwaffe bombers. Over 40,000 civilians died on the first day of attack, which was August 23, 1942. The Russians were greatly outnumbered, and Germans held much of the city by late September, and most of the city ended up in rubble. But the Russians refused to give up. Stalin wanted them to defend his namesake city at any cost. Fighting actually became room by room rather than street by street, and the Soviet general told his soldiers to act as their own general, just fight as best as they could in the ruins of the city. The Germans assumed that this would be a short battle, and they were thus unprepared for the Russian winter. In December of 1942, the Soviets launched a counterattack from both north and south of the city, and the Axis troops wanted to surrender. Von Paulus asked Hitler for permission to get out of Stalingrad, but Hitler refused, deciding to try and resupply the troops with fuel, food, and ammo by air. There weren't enough planes to carry the supplies. Planes attacked, there was freezing fog, etc., to prevent this from being a success. In January, the Soviets offered generous surrender terms, but Germans refused, despite the fact that soldiers were dying from frostbite, starvation, and disease. Von Paulus himself was captured on January 31st, and the Germans finally surrendered on February 2nd, 1943.